I mean, oh yeah, Will Smith did post a dad bod picture.
Hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in the worst shape of my life.
Oh, he's a funny dude.
Big smile on his face, though.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah. Well, I think what Will Smith is probably gonna do. Will Smith's one of those dudes that just like sets his mind to things. I bet what he's gonna do is take that photograph, and then you're gonna see him 4 or 5 months from now shredded. That's what I bet.
Oh, I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's the motivation. The motivation is he takes a pose, looks terrible, looks like shit, tells everybody, hey, this is the worst shape I've ever been in my life. And then he's like, all right, now it's go time.
Yeah, it's funny. He still looked like a movie star in bad shape. How the fuck are you doing this, Will?
Why is fashion so important to you?
You know, I feel like fashion is a way for you to express yourself, to show people who you are without saying anything, you know what I mean? And just being in a room and just, you know, kind of expressing the way that you look at the world and the way that you see the world and the type of world that you want to live in, you know? So I think it's important for people to show their individuality, because I think that is an important part of culture.
Wow. Well, I was going to say basically the same thing to you as well. And I also feel like many people, they can show who they are.
Yeah.
Based on what they're wearing as well.
Yeah, it's true, because so many people can just, you can express little different nuances of your personality in ways that you can't, you know, just with words or with the things that you like or with music, but, you know, they all play a part in like forming you and like your personality. So, you know, fashion has always been a thing for me. And
what you call it is the distance in terms of affection showing between the general and the son.
Absolutely.
Is it like that at home or no?
Nah,
we're very affectionate.
Well,
We're very affectionate.
He tried to kiss me in the
Have you ever kissed your son on Thai television before?
You're not looking to kiss
Can
my
you kiss your
son.
on Thai television?
I can kiss my son.
Yes,
Jaden, come on.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Dude, come on, dude. That's your daddy. It's okay.
Come on, man.
All right.
So
All right.
Joe Rogan isn't holding back anymore. He's shining a spotlight on some of Hollywood's most talked about relationships, connections involving Diddy, Will Smith, and Jaden Smith. And now, the internet is revisiting questions that many people avoided for years. Some online critics argue that Jaden's dramatic image changes, evolving public persona, and unconventional style didn't happen in a vacuum. They believe years spent inside elite celebrity circles may have influenced him in ways the public still doesn't fully understand. And if even a fraction of those theories are true, the story becomes far more complicated behind closed doors. For years, many people dismissed conversations about Hollywood pressure, celebrity influence, and powerful industry connections. But everything changed once Diddy's legal troubles began making headlines. Suddenly, old interviews resurfaced. Past relationships were re-examined. And familiar names started appearing in the same conversations again and again. One of those names was Jaden Smith. According to ongoing online discussions, some observers believe Jaden's transformation over the years may have been shaped by the unique environment surrounding him from an early age. And that's where the debate begins. Because when people look at Jaden today, they don't just see Will Smith's son. They see someone who grew up surrounded by some of the most powerful figures in entertainment before he was even an adult. And that raises one uncomfortable question. What was life really like inside those private Hollywood circles? As old stories involving Diddy, Will Smith, and young artists continue resurfacing online, many viewers claim they're noticing patterns they never paid attention to before.
It's great. I'm watching him, you know, he's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, you know, 30 years coming up in the business. So, you know, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love.
They trying to see him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present that tape.
One name frequently brought up in those discussions is Bryce Gray. At one point, Bryce appeared unstoppable, young, talented, successful, and backed by a major television platform. Everything seemed to be moving in the right direction. But according to allegations later discussed online, some critics claim Bryce became involved in celebrity mentorship circles that were far deeper than most fans realized. Those claims remain unverified. However, supporters of these theories point to what happened next. His personal struggles became public. His career slowed down, and speculation exploded across social media. Some people argued he simply faced personal challenges. Others questioned whether the pressures of elite entertainment circles played a larger role. The truth remains heavily debated. But the conversation didn't stop there.
Bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, you know, bullshit sometimes, and, you know, that's the only thing that I hate about it.
It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on, right? So I'm like, I pull him to the side, right? And I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. I want to love you because everybody else loves you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my hug and I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened.
As those discussions gained momentum, attention shifted toward Jaden Smith. Unlike many young stars, Jaden wasn't introduced to Hollywood. He was born into it. From childhood, he was surrounded by A-list celebrities, private events, fashion elites, music executives, and influential entertainers. Some online observers believe that environment may have shaped how he views fame, identity, and self-expression. Of course, people evolve. Styles change. Personalities develop. That's normal. But internet theories push the conversation much further. Critics pointed to Jaden's public transformation over the years. His fashion choices, interviews, artistic expression, and unconventional image. And that's where Joe Rogan's broader commentary entered the discussion. Rogan has often spoken about the psychological impact of fame, particularly on young people who grow up in extraordinary environments without typical boundaries. For some viewers, those observations made them look at Jaden's story differently. And once Diddy's name entered the conversation, interest intensified.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of power, and I just thank God that God gave us a Will Smith, and that's real talk.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
Realest black team God warrior. We love you.
Appreciate you.
Love.
Y'all be good. Have fun.
Say what's up to the family. Love.
Well, they sitting at the table right now. I got to get back in there and get some Easter dinner.
I don't want to get you in trouble with Jay. Go do your thing, player.
For decades, Diddy built a reputation around exclusive parties, celebrity networking, and elite industry access. At the time, many people viewed it as part of entertainment culture. Nothing unusual. But after lawsuits, allegations, and resurfaced footage began circulating online, public perception shifted dramatically. Suddenly, old relationships were being analyzed through an entirely different lens. And that opened the door to discussions involving several well-known celebrities.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going
Crazy.
Names like Usher, Justin Bieber, and eventually Jaden Smith began appearing in countless online conversations. Many people point to Justin Bieber's highly publicized struggles over the years. Others reference moments when Bieber appeared protective of younger artists entering the industry. Those clips sparked endless speculation. And the internet did what it always does, started connecting dots. Whether those connections are fair or not remains a matter of debate.
It was hard for me
being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you. I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
The conversation became even louder when people revisited comments made by Usher. Usher has spoken publicly about experiences from earlier stages of his career, and some viewers interpreted those remarks as warnings about the darker side of the entertainment industry. Supporters of that viewpoint argue that young artists often enter these environments searching for mentorship and opportunity. Critics argue those same environments can sometimes blur personal boundaries. Either way, the discussion continues to grow.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
While there is no verified evidence connecting Jaden Smith to any wrongdoing, many online observers continue focusing on a broader pattern: young artists, powerful mentors, public struggles, and emotional breakdowns. One frequently discussed example is August Alsina. August publicly described his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith as emotionally painful. He later claimed he invested deeply in the relationship and struggled with its aftermath. When the story became public, it quickly turned into one of Hollywood's most talked about controversies. And once again, people started asking whether fame can create unhealthy power dynamics behind the scenes.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
For many observers, August's story represented something larger. Not necessarily proof, but a pattern where young celebrities appear emotionally exhausted after becoming connected to powerful industry figures. That perception fueled even more debate. Joe Rogan has repeatedly argued that celebrity culture can create environments where influence becomes concentrated among a small group of powerful individuals. In those situations, young stars may become vulnerable to manipulation, pressure, or unrealistic expectations. Whether viewers agree with Rogan or not, his comments continue to resonate with millions of people, especially as more stories emerge from inside Hollywood.
What? Yo, wait a minute! Wait! Ah!
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Which brings us back to Jaden Smith. Was he simply expressing himself creatively, just like countless artists before him? Or did growing up around some of the most influential people in entertainment shape him in ways the public will never fully understand? That's the question many online discussions continue to explore. As allegations, lawsuits, rumors, interviews, and resurfaced clips continue dominating headlines, public interest shows no sign of slowing down. Some critics have even accused Will Smith of exposing his son to environments they believe were inappropriate. Others strongly reject those claims. The debate remains deeply divided. But one thing is clear. People no longer view Hollywood mentorship culture the way they once did. Too many stories, too many overlapping names, too many unanswered questions. And that's exactly why this conversation refuses to disappear.
As far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care. Children that grew up to be men. Boys like Bashir Gray. August Alsina. Your own son. Like, your own son.
So what do you think? Are voices like Joe Rogan exposing uncomfortable truths about Hollywood culture? Or have internet theories gone too far? Why do so many young celebrities seem to struggle after reaching fame? And are these stories isolated incidents or signs of a much larger problem inside the entertainment industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep celebrity investigations, controversial stories, and hidden Hollywood discussions, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the next story might be even bigger than this one.